Male reader as Rimuru in Highschool DXD by AndrsFernando1. In a different reality Maple. So, do you recognize any of these men? Female suitcase. I was hiding in the bathroom stall so I didn't see his face, but I heard him. He was singing along to the music at the bar. Maple. Do you remember what he was singing? Female suitcase. I think it was that song, I Want It That Way. Maple. Backstreet Boys, I'm familiar. Okay. Number 1, could you please sing the opening to I Want It That Way? Freed. Really? Okay. You're My Fire. Maple. Number 2, keep it going. Cocabiel. The One Desire. Maple. Number 3? Loki. Believe When I Say. Maple. Number 4, Sao Sao. I Want It That Way. Maple. Tell Me Why. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, Ain't Nothing But a Heartache. Maple. Tell Me Why. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, Ain't Nothing But a Mistake. Maple. Now number 5. Rizavam. I Never Want to Hear You Say. Maple. Woo. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, I Want It That Way. Maple. Ha. Chills. Literal chills. Female suitcase. It was number 5. Number 5 killed my brother. Maple. Oh my God. I forgot about that part, back to the story. Today is a special day and why do you ask? Well, that is because today is my daughter's birthday. That's right, Falfa and Shalsha, birthday is today and they're both becoming 9 years old. It brings me to joy seeing my daughters growing up so fast, really makes me feel really proud as a father. I was clearly waiting for some guests to arrive. Milam was complaining, wanted to have the party started and not wanna wait long. Milam. Hey Rimuru, when will the party start? Rimuru. It will start when all of our guests arrive. So you had to wait a bit longer until they arrive. Milam. But I don't want to wait, I want to get this party starting right now. Rimuru. Look Milam, if you keep complaining there won't be any cake for you. Milam. Cake? It's gonna be cake? I like cake Noda. Rimuru. Yes, there's gonna be cake and there won't be any cake for you if you don't wait patiently. Milam. Okay, I'll try to wait a little longer. Rimuru. Good, now go and run around and play with the other kids and don't destroy anything. Milam. Okay, I'll try to destroy anything Noda. She dashed out of my sight doing her own thing. When she was gone, the sound of the door being knocked was heard. When I went to open it, I was immediately got a hug as my face was squeezed between two massive breasts. I look up seeing the person hugging me and it was Tiamat mother Namu. Namu. Rimuru, it's good to see you again. It feels like forever that I have not seen you. Rimuru. It's good to see you too, Namu. I'm glad you can visit Falfa, Shalsha's birthday. Namu. Well, I wanted to spend some time with my grandson and celebrating their birthday for the very first time. Rimuru. Well, that's great to hear. Also, can you let me go? Namu. No. Era, is this the son-in-law you had told me about? Namu. Rimuru. Hold on, that voice, it sounds very familiar. Could it be who I think it is? I got myself from Namu as I look at the person who is standing behind Namu and I immediately recognize the person who is a woman. I wouldn't forget the face of that woman and especially those large breasts of hers. Namu. Why, yes, he is Quetzalcoatl. This is Rimuru, my daughter's mate, and he is the father of my grandchildren. Lukoa. Nice to meet you. Lukoa is fine. Rimuru. Hello Lukoa, it's nice to meeting you as well. I'm guessing that you're Tiamat's godmother, am I right? Lukoa. Why, yes I am. I'm guessing little Tia told you about me. Rimuru. Yes, she did, but I actually have heard about you before that. You're from Spectating faction and it is an honor to meeting you in person, Quetzalcoatl. Lukoa. Oh, please just call me Lukoa and I'm surprised. Does that mean that you know of the other dragon factions? Rimuru. Yes, I am aware about the Chaos, Harmony and Spectation faction. I'm not considered as part of those factions, and even though the Harmony faction protect humans from the Chaos faction. But there are those in the subgroup the Dragon Slayer that take their job way too serious, eliminating all opposition groups. Lukoa. You're quite knowledgeable. I wonder what other things do you know about? Rimuru. Well, a lot more than you think. I do know that you're into little boys, especially that one boy Shota. Falfa Shalsha. Grandma. We turned to look. Falfa and Shalsha ran towards Namu and they embrace her with a hug which Namu gladly returned their hug. Namu. Ah, happy birthday Falfa. Shalsha, I miss you both so much. Falfa. We miss you too Grandma. Namu. Shalsha. I thought you were busy doing your mission on the dragon territory? Namu. I was, but things have settled down from the Blue Eyes and Red Eyes Dragon Clan. Rimuru. Did I miss something I was aware of? Namu. And your mother had called me yesterday about your birthdays and she invited me to come. Of course I gladly say yes, and this will be the first time celebrate both your birthdays. Oh, I want you two to meet my good friend Quetzalcoatl. Say hello to them. Lucoa. You both can call me Lucoa. I am your mother's godmother and that will make you both as my great goddaughters, and it's lovely to finally meeting you both. Falfa. Her chest, they're bigger than Mama. Shalsha. Yes sister, they are indeed big and massive. This made Lucoa chuckle as well as Namu. I apologized to Lucoa but she said it was all right, she was pretty much used to this. Tiamat made herself known but she was wearing an apron as she was baking the birthday cake. Tiamat. Mother, I glad you made it here and it's good to see you again Quetzalcoatl. Namu. I am so happy to seeing you my daughter. Lucoa. My look how much you have grown little Tia, you have grown into a fine woman and I am proud to know that you are a mother now. Tiamat. Thank you, but I should tell you that Rimuru is my mate and you might be my godmother, but I don't let anyone take him away from me and that includes you. Lucoa. Oh, don't worry, I'm not gonna take him away from you, I already have an eye for someone else. It's a shame I have to be away with my little Shota, but when I return I'm going to surprise him being naked in his bed. Tiamat. Oh, I see, congratulations, I'm happy for you. Namu. I'm surprised that you're wearing an apron Tia. Tell me, when you and Rimuru spend alone together, do you not wear anything and just wear the apron to please Rimuru? Tiamat. Mother, don't talk about that from the children. Namu. Haha, sorry, I was just curious. Rimuru. By the way Tiamat, did you tell your mother about the good news? Namu. What news? Is this something you're not telling me Tiamat? Tiamat. Well, this is going to surprise you cause Rimuru and I are going to have another baby. This made Namu eyes wide and her heart was beating faster from this exciting news. Namu. Why, you're pregnant? I'm gonna be having another grandchild. She immediately hugged Tiamat tightly. She could have been more happy and proud. Namu. Take that Sullivan. You may have an adorable grandson, but I will soon have an army of grandchildren that rival your grandson Iruma. Time skip brought to you by. Everyone were all gathered in the living room. My sister and her family and her secretary Rarana and her daughter Raknara are here. Rin, Ruby, Kulpal Kuroka, and Kuroka was holding Corinne in her arms. Yusaka, Kuno and my youngest daughter Arashi came to visit the birthday party since they are my family now. The rest of my subordinates are here as well and they are congratulating my daughter's birthdays. Milam was really excited, even Veldora and Ramirez, cause it was time for the birthday cake. And you will probably be surprised how the cake looks because it looks just like me, more specifically my slime form. This was Diablo's idea, how he wanted the cake to be, and the merchandise of the plush of me in my human form was also his idea. Seal seemed to like the idea and I went ahead and agree making these merchandise and the kids seemed to love them. We were all about to sing happy birthday for Falfa and Shalsha until we all suddenly felt a murderous aura, which this startled the kids. Moments later Eddie teleported here as she informed me about something. Eddie. Lord Rimuru, there's an emergency. Rimuru. What is it Eddie? Eddie. A large creature show up out of nowhere and it seems to be heading straight to Tempest. This made me worry, wondering what this creature that is coming to Tempest could be. But at the same time I am angry cause this creature show up at the worst of times, since today is my daughter's birthday and I cannot let it ruin their special day. I created a crystal ball at the palm of my hand and using Eye of God, or is better known as Argos, to surveillance the forest. When I got a good look at the creature my eyes were wide open. My sister took a look at the crystal ball and her eyes were wide open as well. We see the image of the creature and this creature was none other than the Calamity class Charybdis. Kumoko. No way, that's Charybdis, but how can that be? Didn't Milam destroy him? Rimuru. I don't know how he's even here and how he's even alive, but I don't wanna be wasting any time with him. Today is Falfa and Shalsha's birthday and I cannot let him come here uninvited and ruin their special day. Seal. I have found some interesting information about this Charybdis. Apparently this isn't the real Charybdis but a clone of it, and it seemed to be stronger than the original. Also it seemed to have came from the mirror world and is looking for its main target to kill. Rimuru, let me guess I'm the main target is looking for. Seal. Answer. That is correct. Rimuru. Sign I figured this much. I bet it must have been that Deviman rip-off who brought it here as a sign of revenge for me killing Isis. I look at the crystal ball again but then I noticed something. Standing up top of the head Charybdis was a person that I immediately recognized was one of the three Beastketeers Phobio. Rimuru. Great first Charybdis and now Phobio, but what's with those new clothes he's wearing? Seal. Notice. This version of Phobio has seized the internal Charybdis and completed his evolution to Demon Lord. He also has a symbiotic relationship with this version of Charybdis and using its abilities to the fullest. Rimuru. Thanks for the info, Seal. Now I'm going to take care of the situation in hand. Rimuru. Alright everyone, I'll take care of this problem quick as possible as I can, then we can continue the party. Sis, I'm putting you in charge until I return. Kumoko. Roger that, big bro. Falfa and Shalsha grab both of my arms, preventing me to not leaving. Falfa. Papa, can we come with you? Shalsha. We're strong, we can help you take down that big monster. I was about to tell them no, but looking at Tiamat she gave a nod of approval. Rimuru. Alright fine, but you two will stay close by me. Falfa. Shalsha. Yay. Kumoko. Hey Rimuru, I think you need to take a look at this. Rimuru. What is it now? I look at the crystal ball a third time and what I saw was something or someone who was flame surfing in the sky, heading towards Phobio. Rimuru. No way, that's with Phobio. Phobio was standing at the head of Charybdis while crossing his arms. He commanded Charybdis telepathically to head straight to the Jura Tempest Federation where his main target Rimuru Tempest was at. They were near close to the country and Phobio planning was on summoning an army of megalodons to start attacking, but then he looked up seeing something was heading straight towards him. He managed to dodge the incoming large fireball, then he looked at a silhouette of a person in armor that looks like it's covered in lava. Phobia. Huh. And who the hell are you supposed to be? Cross Z Magma. The name's Cross Z Magma, the Magma Dragon Emperor, and you're about to get lit. Cross Z Magma. The name's Cross Z Magma, the Magma Dragon Emperor, and you're about to get lit. Phobio shielded himself using the scales of Charybdis protecting him for the flames. When the flames stopped, Cross Z Magma dashed himself towards Phobio, sending a kick to his face which sent Phobio flying backwards till he landed flat to his face. Phobio got himself up as he was glaring daggers. Cross Z. Phobio. How annoying, don't get in my way. Tempest Scales. Cross Z Magma. I don't think so, pal. Volcanic Dragon's Serpentine. Both attacks clash with one another as both owners of those attacks were now in an intense stare down, waiting for the other to make the first move. Dire Miralis. Be careful, partner, this opponent seemed to be connected with this creature and he could probably communicate telepathically with it. Cross Z Magma. How could you know about that? Dire Miralis. It's just a hunch, but be on guard in case a surprise attack come or you. Cross Z. Notice Phobio was smiling and he didn't like that smile, meaning Phobio was up to something. Suddenly above Cross Z Magma and Phobio was an army of megalodons as they were all glaring at Cross Z, which Phobio must have communicated with Charybdis to summon them. Cross Z Magma. Now that's a lot of big ass looking sharks. Hey Dire Miralis, mind if I borrow your wings? Dire Miralis. Why do you insist on using them? Cross Z Magma. Because they're so cool looking and awesome and they're much better than my own dragon wings. Dire Miralis. Fine, I'll let you use them, but only because you compliment my wings. Two large dragon wings that looks like cannons appear behind Cross Z Magma back. Cross Z Magma. Magma Cannon. Cross Z aimed at the megalodons and began open fire, blasting all the megalodons to ashes. This seemed to have angered Phobio as he summoned more megalodons and he commands them to attack Cross Z Magma. Phobio. Get this outsider out of my sight. I cannot let him interfere with the plans. Cross Z Magma. So you bring more of your sharks buddies, huh? Well, I guess it's time to bringing the heat. Cross Z Magma. Haha, looks like I took down all of your sharks buddies. Now it's just you and me, scrawny. Phobio. My name is Phobio and don't talk to me like that, I am a demon lord. I shall make you regret antagonizing me. He summoned more megalodons, but this time they were 10 times bigger than the rest of them. Cross Z Magma. Oh come on man, how many of these guys is he gonna keep bringing up? They are twice as big than before and this might take a while for me to finish them all. Rimuru. Yo Kamen Rider Cross Z Magma needs some help over there. Both Cross Z Magma and Phobio look up seeing Rimuru along with Falfa and Shalsha with their wings out looking above the two. Cross Z Magma. Who are they? I didn't even sense them arrive here. And how does that person even knows who I am? Dire Mirrorlies. Neither did I. How strange, but regardless this person seems to be willing to assist you. Cross Z Magma. Should I trust him? I'm not really sure but I guess I'll go ahead. Cross Z Magma. Yeah sure, I guess I'll have a bit of a hand. When he said that, Rimuru extended his hand and begins to absorb all the megalodons using Azathoth until there were not a single megalodon left. Phobio began launching the scales of Charybdis towards Rimuru, but Rimuru just simply waved his hand and all the scales flew back at Phobio. As he didn't have time to dodge, he was hit from every last one of the scales and it even damaged his armor from all the hits he got. Rimuru. Sorry Phobio, but I really don't have time to waste with you. I'm impressed that you became a demon lord, but today is my daughter's birthday and you came at the worst of timing to cause trouble. Therefore you will be receiving beatings from both of my daughters. Phobio was immediately constrained by Falfa and Shalsha using sticky steel thread to holding him down. Phobio was struggling trying to get him so free from threads. Phobio. Release me at once or suffer the consequences. Falfa. I don't think so party crasher. Now you're in our mercy. Shalsha. This will teach you for crashing our birthday party. Both twins begin beating the crap out of Phobio by punching him in the face, which caused some of his tooth to come off, breaking some his ribs, even kicking him in the balls. Cross Z Magma. Man, those kids are not showing any mercy for that guy. Dire Mirrorlies. I can sense that those twins are both dragons and I am impressed on the strength of those young hatchlings have. Cross Z Magma. Wow, you're saying those two are dragons. Then I guess I might as well help a fellow dragon out. Hey, you twins want me to finish this guy off for you both. Falfa and Shalsha both look at each other, then they look at Cross Z as they gave him a nod. Phobio slowly got himself up, still feel the pain for all the beating he received. Cross Z Magma. Hey scrawny. Turning his head around, Phobio see Cross Z Magma holding a massive fireball. Cross Z Magma. Time for you to feel the burn with my massive ball of flame, now catch. When the massive fireball was thrown at Phobio, the flames were burning him and he fall off of Charybdis as he was now falling for his life. Cross Z Magma. Well, that takes care of that, but what about this large creature? He was wondering how would he defeat it, but then he noticed the twins were talking to Rimuru. Shalsha. Papa, is it okay if we use that move to finish off this large fish? Falfa. Please Papa, can we use it? I know we went overboard when we used that last time when we were at the beach, but can we please use it this time? Rimuru. Alright fine, you two can use it, but only because it's your birthdays, and I'll give you two a temporary power up to finish off Charybdis. Rimuru placed both of his hands on both of his daughters' heads and boosting their strings temporary. Rimuru put up a barrier around the place, making sure everything will not be destroyed from what's about to be unleashed. Cross Z Magma was the teleported next to Rimuru and he watches both twins created large balls of flames that were even larger than the one Cross Z Magma used to throw at Phobia. Falfa. Gaia Force. Shalsha. Gaia Force. Charybdis' body was being destroyed, it cannot even heal from this intense heat as there was nothing left of Charybdis. Falfa and Shalsha felt exhausted for using that move as Rimuru caught them to his arms to prevent them from not falling. Cross Z Magma. Wow, that attack looks awesome. Hey Dire Mirrorlies, I have a question. Dire Mirrorlies. What is it? Cross Z Magma. Is it possible for me to learn that attack? Dire Mirrorlies. Maybe you could, but that requires a lot of training and a lot of energy to make that powerful attack. Cross Z Magma. Well, I guess I'm gonna be training myself, and who knows, maybe I can even use that to some arrogant noble devil who would just be a Dio rip-off. Rimuru turned to Cross Z Magma. Rimuru, so would you mind telling me who you really are? Cross Z Magma armor disappear, in his place was Roan. Roan. Yo, nice to meet you, you must be Rimuru Tempest, am I right? Rimuru. I am. And you are? Roan. Roan Miura, and I am Magma Dragon Emperor. I came from a parallel world and I came to this world by accident and I was told to look for you that you have the power to return me back to my world. With Phobio. Phobio was laying in the ground feeling all the pain over his body. He was really in a bad state that he couldn't get up, neither he cannot communicate to Charybdis since it was destroyed. Phobio. Damn it all. They will all pay. This is not how I will die. Melona. Oh, it's definitely will be Leopard Boy. Out from the shadows came Melona, who was walking towards the laydown body of Phobio with a smile on her face. Phobio. Why you, what are you doing here, you traitor? Melona. Well, I'm here to kill you, of course. I cannot let you continue causing trouble for Rimuru, so I'm doing him a favor by killing you off. Also, once I kill you, you will be food for my daughter to help her grow big and strong. Now time for you to die, hee hee. A pink sword was placed at Phobio's chest. He coughs off blood and he wanted to scream, but Melona made another pink sword and slice off Phobio's head off from his body. Time skip brought to you by Tiamat. It was good to see you again, Quetzalcoatl. I hope you can come back when the baby is born. Lucoa. I am gonna miss you as well, little Tia. I'll come back and visit and bring my friends over to come to meet you and your family. One of my friends, Kana, would become great friends with your children when I come back and visit next time. Tiamat. That would be lovely. Lucoa now turned in my direction. Lucoa. It was lovely of meeting you, Rimuru. As a former goddess, I bless you and your family happiness and hope we can meet each other again. Rimuru. Likewise, and thank you for your blessing. Lucoa. Well, I'm off. Tell Namu I say goodbye for me. She opened up a portal that leads to another world. As she went through it, she was gone. Rimuru. So your mother is planning on staying here. Wouldn't that be trouble for her since the dragon territory needs her? Tiamat. It's not a problem. She already contacted Tannen and he will be taking care of everything from my mother's absence. Rimuru. All right then. Well, I'll be speaking with our guest. I headed up to the stairs to my office where Roan was waiting for me. When I entered the room, Roan was sitting on a chair while eating a leftover birthday cake. It was then he noticed that I was here as he waved his hand at me. Roan. Oh, hello again. I've been waiting for you, and also thanks for the cake, it was really good. Who knew slimes were this tasty to eat? I will probably go and look for some, making them to any kind of tasty meal. I just nervously laugh by the mention of cooking slimes, which the cake is not made out of slime, it just look like a slime. Rimuru. Ha ha ha, yeah, they're quite tasty, alright, hee hee. Well, anyway, let's get down to business. You said you came from a parallel world and someone told you about me that I can return you back to your world, which is true, but the question is, who was the one who told you that information? Roan. Well, here's the thing, the one who told me about this didn't wanted me to tell her about her identity to you, not until she meets you tomorrow. Rimuru. She. So it's a woman. Can you at least tell me about her description? Roan. Yeah, she at least allow me to tell you about that. He tells me the description of the woman and he also told me that someone will be with her once they will meet with me. After he was done explaining, I asked Seal to analyze him so she can find the world where Roan come from. It didn't took long for her to find it as she made a portal open that will lead to Roan's world. Rimuru. That portal will take you back to your world and I hope you have a safe travel returning back home. Roan. Man, thanks so much, I can't wait to see everyone back home and my girlfriend. Rimuru. By the way, just for curiosity, have you ever unlocked Juggernaut Drive? Roan. Yeah, I have. I unlock it when I was around 15, but I sometimes don't have control over it. Rimuru. Well, I can fix the problem of yours if you want. Roan. Really? I nodded and I extended my hand, then Roan felt a boost of strength as he's much stronger than he was before. Roan. Whoa, I feel awesome. Rimuru. Now you have full control on Juggernaut Drive and you no longer need the chant for the process of Juggernaut Drive, you could just change into it however you want. Oh, I also gave you a secondary form of Juggernaut Drive that is stronger than the first one, but you still have control over that form. Roan. Oh wow, I don't say but, thank you. Rimuru. You're welcome. Also, if you ever need my help with something you can call me using this. I handed him over the button as he put it in his pocket dimension for safekeeping. Roan. Thanks a lot, Rimuru. If I ever accidentally teleported back to your world again, I'll go look for you and your subordinates, especially that Zejin guy who kinda looks exactly like my sensei. Rimuru. Wait, there's someone in his world that looks exactly like Zejin. Maybe it's another insectar that looks just like him and he could be really strong like Zejin. Roan. Oh, before I go, I was wondering about something, and it is something that you said when we first met. Rimuru. Sure, what do you wanna ask me about? Roan. What's a common rider? In the mirror world, it seems that Charybdis has fallen, and so did Phobio, no thanks to the traitor Melona. But no matter, I have other ideas. I think it's time to awaken her. The one who's speaking was the former archdemon Nurax, as he completely modified himself thanks to the mysterious purple orb, making him stronger and evolving him into a demon peer, and he now call himself Neo-Nurax. After he evolved, he made himself a mechanical arm since he lost his left arm thanks to Rimuru. He went to a room where there was a large tomb chamber, and it contains a person inside of it. The person that appears to be a young girl that has fair skin and black hair that extends beneath her chin, with a short ahoge. The girl is wearing a black suit of armor with red accents. It has a crest of a flower, an image of a rose, on the armor's chest piece. Underneath is a red leotard as well as matching gloves and thigh-high stockings. She also carries a heavy-looking shield and is mainly black with red patterns carved geometrically onto its surface. At the center of the shield, there is a large red gem that is plated by the same black material. Neo-Nurax, it is time for you to awaken from your sleep and take revenge of the one who killed your creator. Now arise and unleash your power to the world and go after your target. Neo-Nurax, Maple. With Melona. Melona was making on her way to the Jura Tempest Federation alongside with Shinsha, who is wearing a cloak, just to not bring too much attention with a lot of people when they see her resembling as Rimuru. Shinsha was so excited, happy that she get to finally meet her father, but she does feel a bit nervous upon seeing him, wondering if he will accept her as his own daughter. Noticing Shinsha having her head down, Melona leaned closer to her and began rubbing her head, trying to comfort her to make her feel better. Melona, is gonna be alright Shinsha, I know you feel nervous of meeting him, but whatever happens I'll be by your side. So make that sad look of yours disappeared and show me that smile of yours that always makes me smile. Shinsha smiled to her mother, and the smile Melona got from her daughter was this. Melona, not the smile I was expecting, but I'll take it. Man, if Menace and Irie were here, they are in for a surprise to know that I have a kid now, and I can imagine how they will react. Ooh, it will be priceless seeing their dumbfounded looks. I still wonder what they're up to ever since we parted ways, hope they're doing alright. Both Melona and Shinsha were now at the front gates of Tempest. After a bit of inspection, they were let through by the 2 Death Knight guards, opening the gates and made their way Jura Tempest Federation. Unbeknownst to the mother and daughter duo, they were being watched by Shintaro's sister Eddie the Dark Shinobi and Testarosa's subordinate Moss, named after the Mercedes-Benz SLR Sterling Moss. Eddie, is that the woman Lord Rimuru wanted us to look for, so we can bring her to him? Moss, looks like it. There's no doubt about it, she has the same description of the woman Lord Rimuru wanted us to keep an eye out. We should inform this to him that we have found her and the companion that is with her. As they entered the town, they find it rather impressive seeing different shops. They could see different races that seem to be the town folks that lives here. Shinsha, wow, look at the place mama, it looks so beautiful. Melona, it sure is sweetheart, I can really live in a place like this. They continue walking to the street until they saw a crowd of people. Curious, they walk towards the crowd and see a stage performance, guessing someone is going to be performing and wonder who. Step right up everyone to see the live performance of Sir Gabiru. Everyone turned to see 3 lizard people that happens to be friends of Gabiru. Rimuru happens to revive them since Gabiru been feeling very lonely without his friends, so he brought them back to life and reunite them together. Gabiru made himself known by floating down to the stage next to his friends and dabbing to the audience. Gabiru, all right men, just like we practice, let us show the audience what we're made of from our hard work. All lizard men, yes, Sir Gabiru. There should be a GIF or video here. Update the app now to see it. All Gabiru friends, 3, and all Gabiru friends, in the forest of Jura. Gabiru friend 1, deep within. Gabiru friends 3, yeah. All Gabiru friends, the one we all admire. Gabiru friends 2 and 3, looks so. Gabiru friend 1, indeed. Strong. Gabiru friend 2, revitalize. Gabiru friend 3, and beautiful. All Gabiru friends, our brightly shining first star. Gabiru, If you're a man. Even if you embarrass yourself. Never lose your pride. Ha ha ha. All Gabaru friends. Ah, Sir Gabaru, Sir Gabaru. The Dragonauts' ray of hope. Gabaru. Stop. All of Gabaru friends stop singing. Gabaru. You fools. I told you to change that too. Gabaru. Honestly. Still to this day you boys are still lacking in love. We must raise these hypocrite herbs with love. All lizard men. Yes, Sir Gabaru. They soon heard the crowd all begin to clap and cheer as Gabaru wasn't expecting this, but he was sure was delighted the crowd were cheering for them. Gabaru friends 3. Look Sir Gabaru, they love it, they really love the performance. Gabaru friend 2, you're on fire. Gabaru friend 1, you're the best. Gabaru friends 3, that's our Sir Gabaru for ya. Gabaru, ha ha ha, I'll take back everything I said before and now cheer for me, say my name. All Gabaru friends, Gabaru. 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 Amongst the crowd Mittelt watched the entire thing going on while she was busy patrolling the place with Gobta. Mittelt. Those guys are a bunch of weirdos. Gobta. Yeah I know, but that's normal for them. Gabaru may be annoying at times, but he's a great guy once you get to know him better. Mittelt. Sign well, at least those guys are not perverts. They make me feel so annoying I wouldn't hesitate to cutting them all down, and if one was next to me I will kill them in a flash. Gobta was quiet, he was sweating and nervous in the inside. Gobta. Note to self not to be a pervert in front of her or I'll be good as dead. It's a good thing I've been trained by Master Hikuro or else I would have been screwed. With Milona and Shinsha. Milona. Haha. Those guys are a bunch of goofballs. I can't help but laugh, and from their dance number made things even funnier. Shinsha. I love that played, it was really funny. I even liked the part they mentioned about Papa. Milona. Well, we should come here again next time and be on our way in other places to see. I heard this place has a capital city called Rimuru City, we should probably check that place out. Shinsha. Oh wow, there's a city named after Papa, I wanna go there and meet him. Let's go mama, I really can't wait. Milona. Alright Shinsha, I'll race you, last one who gets there is a rotten egg. Shinsha. You're on. With Rimuru. Right now Rimuru is in Rimuru City at his office doing some paperwork. Next to him was Tiamat, who was helping him with the paperwork cause she assisted that she wanted to help her mate. She asked her mother to look at the children while she helps Rimuru. Rimuru. Is it okay for you to help me with all these paperwork? I don't wanna put you in any stress that might affect the baby. Tiamat. It's all right. I'm doing this because as your queen I should support you, my king, help running this country and its people. And besides we are alone, which means we can have a bit of fun if you know what I mean. Rimuru. Oh, so that's why you're here. Well, I guess we could have a bit of fun. Seal. Rimuru. You can join if you want, Seal. Seal. Milam. Hello bestie and auntie. Seal. Grr. Rimuru. Milam, what are you doing here? Milam. Oh, I just came by and I wanted to hang out with my bestie. Rimuru. Well, sorry Milam, I can't hang out with you right now. Me and Tiamat are kinda busy at the moment, so can you please come back later and I promise you we will hang out once we are done with our business. Milam puffed her cheeks and sat on the floor, crossing both of her arms and legs. Milam. No. I'm not leaving, not till you hang out with me. I'm staying in this spot until you two are done whatever business you're doing. Rimuru. This girl, she may be a demon lord but she has a mind of a child. But that makes her very charming and a likable character. I turned to Tiamat, seeing how she feels about this. She just only sigh and allow Milam to stay, not before she passed some sweets for her to enjoy. Tiamat. I have no problem of you staying here Milam, and you can have these delicious sweets I bake. Milam got up from the floor and took the plate of sweets from Tiamat's hands. She sat down on the couch and began eating the sweets, happily enjoying eating the delicious sweets. Rimuru. Hey Milam, are you forgetting something to say to Tiamat? She stopped eating and turned to Tiamat. Milam. Thank you Auntie Tiamat. As Milam was continuing eating the sweets, Eddie and Moss appear from my office. Eddie. Lord Rimuru, we have a news to inform you. Rimuru. What is it? Moss. The woman you ask us to look for is here in Tempest and she's not alone. Rimuru. Really now? Did you have a glance of who was company the woman? Eddie. The person was wearing a cloak, so we didn't get a good glance at their face, but the person seems to be a child, and we also noticed the child has pink hair just like that woman. I can probably guess that could be the child of that woman, and I do wonder why do they want to meet you, Lord Rimuru. Rimuru, I don't know either, but I want you both to bring them here so I can meet them in person. They nod and vanish out of the room to bring the two individuals. With Milona and Shinsha, the two made it to Rimuru City, and Shinsha won the race, being the first person arrive at Rimuru City. Milona playfully pretend to be upset not winning against Shinsha. As for Shinsha was worried that she made her mother cry, but soon her worries disappear when Milona told her that she was just joking around, pretending to be upset. Shinsha, you really shouldn't have done that. I thought you were really upset about me beating you on our race and you will hate me. Milona, I'm sorry dear, but you know me, I like pulling pranks on people, that's just in my nature. So please don't be mad at your poor mother, or else I will be really upset that you don't love me anymore. Shinsha looked at her, seeing if she was lying or not. When she looked at Milona, she had a sad cute pouty face, even having her bunny ears down to make things even sadder. This was super effective. Shinsha eventually give in and rush at Milona in a tug hug. Milona, he works every time, she cannot resist my sad bunny look technique. The two stopped their hugging as they noticed two people were approaching them. Shinsha made sure to lower her hoodie so no one wouldn't see her face. Eddie, pardon to intrude you both, but my friend and I would like to have a word with the both of you. I'm Eddie and this is Moss, and we've been expecting your arrival. Moss, we were sent here to retrieve you two to meet Lord Rimuru. There are things he wants to discuss with you if you are kindly to come with us. Milona looked at the two as she was expecting this to happen. So she went along and followed their demands without resistance. Milona, alright then, take us to him. Rimuru office. Veldora, Rimuru, geez, can everyone stop breaking down the door, I already fixed that. Rimuru, what do you want? Veldora, I want the new manga of Spy Time's family. I must know if Lloyd and Yor are expecting to have a baby for Anya to have a sibling. I must know this at once. Please give me the new volume, best friend. Rimuru, sign. Alright, if you be quiet and behave, I'll give you what you want. Veldora, I will now, please give me the new volume. I signed and I gave him the volume of Spy Time's family as he was excited that he had it in his hands. He sit next to Milam reading his new manga while Milam is still eating her sweets. Rimuru, by the way, how's Trihexa doing? Veldora only had his eyes to the manga he's reading, but he replied to Rimuru question. Veldora, over she's with those friends of hers, that one pink-haired Grin Reaper girl and that shark girl. I have overheard they were planning on making their own company. Rimuru, a company? That's interesting. Did they say what would they gonna call their company? Veldora, I couldn't exactly remember what they call it. I think it was called Hollow Labor or something. I think that's what it's called. I'm really not sure, but either way I'm going back enjoying reading my manga. Veldora went back reading the manga while I continuing doing some paperwork with Tiamat assisting me. Just then I heard the voice of Eddie from the hallway. Eddie, we have returned Lord Rimuru and we have brought the woman and her companion here. Rimuru, excellent. Bring them here in my office and ignore the broken doors. Hearing footsteps that was coming from hallway, Eddie and Moss enter my office along with the two people they have brought. When I got a good look at the newcomers, I froze into place as I immediately recognized one of them, and it was the rabbit woman, and I was expecting to see her of all people. Rimuru, what the hell is that woman from Queen's Blade doing here? I know exactly who she is, and I know she can shoot breast milk that can melt clothes. I need to stay calm in front of everyone and act that I don't know that woman. Rimuru, so you must be the woman Roan told me about. Milona, yes I am. I am Milona and it's nice to finally meet you in person, Rimuru Tempest. I've been wanting to meet you for so long and now I finally got the chance to see you, Rimuru-kun. She said the last part with a wink which Tiamat didn't like. I need to get down to business and make sure Tiamat doesn't attack her. Rimuru, anyways, let's get down to business. There are some questions that I wanna ask you and it involves about how you know about one of my abilities. Milona, yes, I will answer the best I can. But before we get down to that, there is someone I want to introduce to you, my sweet precious daughter. She pointed at the hooded figure next to her, now identify as her daughter. This surprised me, I wasn't expecting Milona having a kid. But the question is, who did she had a child with? Milona. Oh, I should probably mention you and my daughter are pretty much alike. I narrowed my eyes from what she said. Rimuru, what is that supposed to mean? A cheeky grin was shown in her face. Then the next moment she removed the cloak, now showing what her daughter looks like, and I went wide-eyed cause her daughter looks exactly like me but with pink hair like Milona. Milona, see. Like father, like daughter. Now how about you introduce yourself to your daddy, Shinsha. The now named Shinsha introduce herself. Shinsha. Hi there. I'm Rimuru Tempest's daughter, Shinsha. It is nice to finally meet you, Papa. Everyone, even Veldora and Milam, stopped what they were doing. All had shock expression now knowing this huge news. Eddie Moss. Rimuru-sama has another daughter. Veldora. I have another niece. Milam. I have another cousin. Tiamat. Rimuru. I turned to face Tiamat's gaze and I didn't like the look she was giving me, which made me sweat nervously. Tiamat. Tiamat. You better explain yourself. Somewhere at Kyoto. An area where there is not a lot of people around, a portal opened out and walking out of it was a muscular young man with long dark blue-colored hair. His attire, he dons a high-collared black cloak and has a necklace of red dragon claws around his neck and a sash around his waist. Author. Just to let you guys know, this character that looks like Acnologia is a OC character that belongs to Neptunia 36 and he allows me permission to use his OC. This character will be a cameo to another author's OC, and also you're welcome Neptunia 36 if you're reading this. He was at the same area where the battle between Rimuru, Cao and Milam took place. So this must be the place where I sensed that signature from a month ago that felt similar to my father. I wonder what took place a month ago. There's only one way to find out. The unknown person used time manipulation to look through the past. After he was done, he began searching for Rimuru's location by sensing his dragon core, which he immediately have found it. I sense two signatures that are in two different locations. Which means the one I sense at this location I'm in now is a parallel existence is for the one I sense that is far from here is the real one, and that is where I'll be going. You may be an interesting version of Rimuru, but I need to see if you are a friend or foe, and also to know if you pose a threat to the real Rimuru Tempest. In the forest of the Juru Tempest Federation, and brought to you by a girl wearing black suit of armor with red accents and carry a large shield and holding an ornate short sword was walking in the forest, heading towards Tempest to complete her task she was given. This is Maple, but an artificial clone of the real Maple who was created by none other than Isis. This clone of Maple was made as a last resort, and now she is free from her slumber. She was walking near at the gates, but then she will stop by someone. Hold it right there, kiddo, you cannot enter without permission. She turned her head to face Mato, who was looking at her with a blank look. Mato, would you mind telling me what you're here for? I cannot just let you in unless you have some reason to be here. Maple tilted her head. Then a smile formed at her face and she replied to Mato. Maple, why I'm here you may ask. Well, I am here to complete my task, and that is to eliminate Rimuru Tempest. This alarm Mato as she create a large gun for a hand and aiming it at Maple. Mato, it's best for you to leave, kiddo, and we can forget about this ever happen. Maple, sorry but I can't do that. It's my mission and I must complete it. If you are in my way I will have no choice but to use violence against you. Mato, go ahead, do your worst, Netheredian. Maple's smile darkened, as a small chuckle was heard from her lips. Maple, fine, it's your choice, don't say I didn't warn you. Hydra. The three-headed Hydra shot deadly poison at Mato, who quickly avoided, taking cover and use her cannon begin shooting open fire at Maple. Maple use her shield defending herself for getting shot. Mato changed her target to the Hydros and shot the three heads as the lower bodies began to vanish. Mato, fine, you wanna play that way then, you're about to be having a bad time. Maple, machine god. Mato quickly covered her eyes from the bright flashing lights as Maple began going into a transformation sequence. Maple was now covered in a mech armor suit with a bunch of weapons. Mato, okay, I got to admit that was pretty cool. Maple, shall we get this battle started? Mato, we shall. With Rimuru, I'm in big trouble now. Tiamat is still staring at me waiting for me to answer. How did I get myself in this situation? Oh yeah, it's because of Milona that I'm in this dilemma. This all started when she revealed her daughter Shinsha is also my daughter and I have no regulation of meeting Malona or doing stuff with her and I'm still surprised, shocked and confused. I tried asking Seal for assistance. Rimuru. Seal, any idea about the girl that claims to be my daughter? Seal. This was very unexpected even for me, but after further analysis I discovered that this was the doing of the mirror witch, Isis, as she was the one who made the individual Shinsha. Rimuru. So that witch I got rid of somehow made a child replica of me. I have no idea what was her goal in the first place since I Hakai her. I could just bring her back from being erased from existence to get some answers, but I think it's best to not do that just to play safe. Tiamat. Rimuru. I flinch when Tiamat yell my name as I turn to look at her gaze. Tiamat. I'm still waiting. You better have a good explanation for this. Why there's a girl that looks exactly like you and claims to be your daughter. Rimuru. Well, there is a logical explanation for this. Tiamat. Like what? That you've been secretly seeing another woman behind my back for all these years. Rimuru. No, that's not true, I never even met her, and this is the first time I ever seen her. Tiamat. Then how do you explain that daughter of hers? It's obviously that she is yours. Shinsha was feeling nervous how things turn out to be, meeting her father for the very first time. Shinsha. Is this all my fault? Malona. Oh no honey, it's not your fault at all, it's just your papa's mistress doesn't want to face the facts that I am more suitable to be his wife. Tiamat turned to glare at Malona, who have a smug smile which Tiamat feel pissed, and she was releasing a scary aura around her. Veldora and Milam were watching the scene in front of them as they don't know what to do, even Eddie and Moss. Before things could go out of hands, Kumoko came rushing in the room. Kumoko. Hey Rimuru, we got a PR. She looked at the two people in the room, one she knew from another anime and the other is a girl that looks exactly like her brother. Kumoko. There is a lot of questions I wanna ask, but that could wait. We got a situation, I just had a call from Mato that she's fighting a loli with a mech suit and you're not going to believe who it is. Rimuru. Who is it? Kumoko. Maple. Rimuru stand up from his seat in total shock. Rimuru. Now Fumi and Mash secret love child is here. Kumoko can only sweat drop from his comment. Kumoko. Yep, it's her. Malona. So that bastard Nurax released the devil of the shield, this can't be good. With Mato and Maple. Mato was flying in the air having a aerial battle with Maple, both firing their ammo at one another. Mato thought was time to bring in the big guns as she created more weaponry big guns. Mato. Say hello to my little friend. She began firing a barrage of bullets from her heavy machine guns. Maple decided to fight back by unleashing her own big guns. Maple. Chew on this. Deploy artillery. Their attacks collided that it caused an explosion which caught the attention of the Tempest citizens. Seeing that Maple could be quite dangerous, Mato wanted to end this quickly as she desummoned her guns and then she summoned chains that wrap around Maple, making her unable to move in place. Mato made a giant blade that is covered in blue flames and pointed it at Maple's neck. Mato. Sorry kid, it's nothing personal, but you seem to be dangerous to be kept alive, so no hard feelings though. Right when she was about to deliver the final strike, Maple shouted out something random. Maple. Syrup, come on out. Out of a puff of smoke was a small green turtle was floating next to Maple. Syrup. Turtle. Mato. The hell, a turtle. What is that supposed to do? Mato had her eyes widen and her jaw drop, seeing the turtle was growing large in size. Mato. What the F? Maple. Use spirit cannon. Syrup. A green ball of energy started to form on Syrup's mouth, as he fired a green beam towards Mato, who didn't have time to react. Syrup. TLE. Maple. Yeah, you're doing great, Syrup. Keep it up and knock her dead. Syrup finally stopped firing the beam. Maple looked around, seeing there was no sign of Mato anywhere, which means. Maple. Oh, I think you may have killed her. Oopsies, well that's probably her fault that she got herself in this mess. Let's go, Syrup. Let's cause some rampage to the town, that way that will get the attention of our target and he will come to us. Syrup. Turtle. Finally free from the chains, Maple dropped her machine god form and sat on top of Syrup's shell. Syrup began to float while Maple rise on his shell, now making their way towards Tempest. However, Maple noticed a bunch of rose petals were swirling around them rapidly. While the rose petals were swirling around them, then they suddenly heard your voice. Shockingly, it was the voice Mato. Motto. Haha, I'm back, bitch. You thought you got rid of me. How wrong you totally are. Maple. Huh, how can that be? Syrup's spirit cannon hit you directly, I saw it with my own eyes. How are you alive? Motto. I'm the ghost of your past and I came back to haunt you from the great beyond. And now I will take my revenge upon you, my pretty, and your little turtle too. Syrup. Turtle. Maple. You don't scare me. I ain't afraid of no ghost. Show yourself, you coward, I'll be sending you to the shadow realm where you would spend the rest of your ghostly days there. Motto. You can try, but at the end of this day, one shall stand. Maple. And one shall fall. Okay, I think this has gotten far enough. Maple. Whose voice is that? Motto. Ignore that, you're just hearing things. The only voice you should be listening to is mine. Motto. Stop messing with her, you're not a ghost. Motto. You know what, you're right, you thought I was a ghost but it was I. Dio. Motto. Knock it off. Motto. Alright, geez, I'll stop. The rose petals suddenly stop spinning, now having a view of their new surroundings, that they are in somewhere in the middle of nowhere. Maple, realizing that they're not in the forest but in some abandoned wasteland. Maple. Syrup. I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. Those rose petals must have teleported us to some unknown location. Looking up, seeing two people. One is Motto, who is crossing both her arms while being held by Ruby, who is floating above Maple and Syrup. Suddenly multiple chains came out of the ground and constraining Maple and Syrup. Maple complains that she's been tied up by chains again. Maple. Ah, come on, I just got free from these chains. Do I really have to go into atrocity and kill someone? Maple noticed 5 other people were also here, who were Rin, Kulpal, Kuroka, Shintaro and Shelty. Rin seems to be the one who made these chains appeared, making Maple note to add Rin in her kill list once she gets free from these chains. Ruby slowly descending down, landing next to the others, and drop Motto, who landed on her butt. Shelty. It seems that you had your fun fighting with that human, but it's quite funny that you actually lost by a turtle. Motto. Shut up. I was caught off guard, I wasn't really expecting that turtle to grow in size and shooting that hyper beam attack at me. Shelty. Well, be grateful Ruby saved you in time, or else people will remember you that you die by the hands of a turtle. Oh, what a shameful way to die, and how very embarrassing. Motto. Why you? She created 2 arm cannons and pointing them at Shelty. Motto. I'll blow you to bits, you blood-sucking leech. Shelty. Oh, kinky. Motto. Oh, not like that, you pervert. Rin. Enough, you two. Motto, can you explain to us why you were fighting this human? She withdrew her cannons and took a deep breath to calm herself down. Motto. Alright, I'll make this fast to explain. She explained to the others when she encountered Maple and what she was doing here. Rin. So that human's mission here is to eliminate the boss. I cannot let that slide. We need to deal with her at once. Ruby. Let me deal with her. There's been something I've been wanting to try out with my explosion. So I think it's best for you guys to give me enough space for what I'm about to do. Rin. Already sis, I'll let you handle this one. Everyone move a few distance away for Ruby. Closing both of her eyes, Ruby began speaking to someone in her mind. Ruby. Alright, inner me, I finally decided my choice about the deal you offered me. A voice of a female was heard in Ruby's mindscape in reply to her. Have you decided to finally make a pact with me, that you shall be granted new strength? There is no turning back if you walk to this new path of yours. Ruby. Yes. My decision is finalized. Ever since blowing up the castle of the Teps faction, Ruby storied hearing a voice from her head, and she's been keeping this secret from the others. No one knew about this except one. Seal. She had noticed this from the beginning but kept this from Rimuru cause she noticed this individual in Ruby's mind. It's harmless. And there was something special about this individual that lives in the mind of Ruby. It's Amana's. Very well, then let us form a contract and you will have the blood of the Crimson Magic Clan running through your veins, daughter of Summer Rose. A sudden headache was felt by Ruby as she held her head from the pain. This caught the attention of everyone as they were starting getting worried for her. Shintaro. Ruby, what's wrong? Answer us, babe. Kulpal. Hey sis, what's going on with you? Kuroka. Is she alright? What's happening to her all of a sudden? Rin. I don't know, but I hope Ruby knows what she's doing if this was basically her plan. If not, we go and check what is wrong with her. Just then Rimuru arrive with Kumoko, Tiamat, Veldora, Milam and even Milona and Shinsha are here. They left Eddie and Moss to look at their Tempest while they are gone. Rimuru and Kumoko took a glance face to face to Maple, even surprised seeing her pet turtle Syrup. They then took their attention on Ruby holding her head in pain. Rimuru, what's going on with Ruby? Rin, we don't know, this happened all of a sudden. But she did say she wanted to trial something from her explosion. Rimuru turned to look at Ruby and spoke to Seal. Rimuru, Seal, what's the status of Ruby? Seal, answer. The individual Ruby, it's going through a process of evolution and that includes her unique skill is evolving. Rimuru, wait, seriously right now? But can you cancel the evolution process for happening? Seal, negative. The process has already begun. Maple, seeing her target Rimuru, is here. She wants to carry out her mission, but she was curious what Ruby was planning to do. Maple can take whatever attacks hit her, surely she could survive whatever attack Ruby sends her. I am thou, thou art I. Darker than black, darker than darkness, combine with my intense crimson. Time to wake up, descend to these borders and appear as an intangible distortion. Dance, dance, dance. May a destructive force flood my torrent of power, a destructive force like no other. Send all creation to its source. Come out of your abyss. Humanity knows no other more powerful offensive technique. It is the ultimate magical attack. Explosion. In that very moment Ruby raised her head up high and she shouted of the top of her lungs, calling out the name of the entity that lives in her mind. Ruby, Megaman. An explosion engulfed Ruby as she went through to a transformation to her awakened form, summoning her scythe crescent rose on her right, and she also summoned a brown staff with a floating red gem on her left. A black wizard's hat appeared above Ruby out of thin air as she caught it and placed it on her head, and an eye patch with a cross at the middle appeared on her left eye. A ghostly figure of a young girl with shoulder-length dark brown hair and oddly languid crimson-colored eyes wearing a wizard attire suddenly appear behind Ruby, wearing the same new accessories as her. Both Ruby and the girl ended the transformation by doing JoJo poses as their eyes shine bright red to make things more epic. When the transformation was done, there was a moment of silence till the girl behind Ruby did a dramatic pose and introducing herself. Megaman. My name is Megaman. My calling is that of an arch-wizard, one who controls explosion magic, the strongest of all offensive magic. No one didn't say a single word. They were either shocked or they were dumbfounded. Rimuru, Seal, care to explain what all this just happened, and also, why the hell is Megaman doing here? Seal, answer. The individual Ruby unique skill explosion has evolved into the ultimate skill explosion Empress Megaman, and she has evolved into a Crimson Mage Reaper. And for your answer, Ruby's skill slowly became a Mana's. Every time she uses her explosion it starts growing a ego. But it's completely harmless, I know, because I have been noticing this from the beginning when it was born. Rimuru, you mean you knew about this and you didn't even bothering telling me? Seal went quiet for a second but slowly reply. Seal, why yes I have. I apologize for not tell you about this, Master. Rimuru, after all this is done I will have to think of a punishment for you. Seal blushed at the thought of being punished by her master, which she wouldn't mind. Rimuru sighed, for all the unexpected things has happened today. Rimuru, this really has become a very strange day. Side story with Mori, Gura and Trihexa. The three are currently in a comic book store as they greeted the store clerk. Mori, yo man, what's up? Trihexa, hello there. Gura, store clerk, hello, welcome to the Stephen He comic store. Mori, we're big fan of comic books. We're wondering if you have anything on sale. Store clerk, awesome, we just got some special edition Superman merch. Mori, oh thank you my dude, are they a limited ed? The three look at a Superman figure that says Specialman. Trihexa, is says Specialman. Is there a actual superhero with the name? Mori, no not really. Gura, doesn't ring a bell. Store clerk, oh yeah, that's Specialman, fan favorite superhero. Mori, the hell does he do? Store clerk, he cancels bad guys. Mori, does he also cancel haters in Twitch and Twitter? Store clerk, yup. Mori, okay, I just got myself my new favorite superhero. Gura, do you have Aquaman, Jason Momoa version I meant? Store clerk, oh yeah, right there. Gura, okay, fantastic. Store clerk, Waterboy, Gura just look at him confusion. Gura. Oh, what does Waterboy do? Store clerk. He stays hydrated. Gura. That's it. That's all he can do. He seems labored than the Aquaman from the Hanna-Barbera era. Trihexa. What about Spider-Man? Surely you have Spider-Man right. Store clerk. This just came in. Trihexa. Oh good. Store clerk. Arachnid kid. Mori. Oh Kumoko wouldn't like this if she was here. Mori. You got Captain America. Store clerk. We got Pilot Kansas. Gura. You got Justice League. Store clerk. We got Fairness Group. Trihexa. You got Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Store clerk. We got Pigeon and the Summer Nurse. Mori. Gura. Trihexa. Pigeon. Mori. Who the hell? Gura. Does Pigeon. Trihexa. Fight. Store clerk. Bread. Mori. Gura. Trihexa. Oh, that makes sense. Trihexa. You got Doctor Strange. Store clerk. We got Mr. Normal. Gura. You got Infinity War. Store clerk. We got a very long battle. Mori. You got Green Lantern. Store clerk. We got Blue LED. Mori. What in the name of Kazuna AI is Blue LED? Store clerk. It's Electro's little brother. Trihexa. Does he actually have a little brother? Gura. I don't think he doesn't. You got Harry Potter. Store clerk. We have Hairless Ceramic. Trihexa. You got Blade. Store clerk. We have his cousin Butterknife. Mori. You got Wonder Woman. Store clerk. We have Failure Man. Steven's dad. Failure Man. It's called the Steven He channel. Mori. Who the pack is that guy? You know what, forget it, we're done, we're out of here, where's your trash can? Store clerk. Oh, we only have trash can't. Mori. I will send you to Jesus. Gura. Hey Mori, I'm hungry, can we go get some tacos? Trihexa. Yeah, I feel hungry too. Mori. Fine you little rascals. See you later, one of my deadbeats, we'll be going to Taco Bell Oki. Store clerk. You mean the burrito alarm, it's right next to the... They already left the store. Store clerk. Sandwich peasant. Back to the story. There stood Ruby in her awakened form but with some wizard attire included. There was also the psycho girl herself, Megaman. But this version of Megaman is a Manas that was born from a skill and has the same traits and personality as the original Megaman. Rimuru did tell Kumoko everything using thought communication about the whole thing. Seal told him about Ruby and Megaman. Kumoko. I can't believe that she actually summoned Megaman. What's the next if you're gonna be summoning Clay too? Rimuru. Don't jinx it or else she might summon her next. Megaman. I heard someone was speaking about one of my people. Rimuru. Crap, she heard us. We look at Megaman who was smiling at us. Megaman. There's no need to panic. Rimuru. Kumoko. We're not panicking. Megaman. My partner and I shall deal with this threat, so you can count on us, Goddess Aris and Aqua. Kumoko. Did she just call me Aris? Rimuru. Did she just call me Aqua? Kumoko. Well, you both do have blue hair, so it makes sense that she mistake you as Aqua. Rimuru. Yeah, but I have blue silver hair, hers is light blue, there's a difference. Kumoko. Does that really matter? They're the same. Rimuru. You really need to keep those eyes of yours checked. Kumoko. And you really didn't tell me that you have another child with another woman. She pointed at Shinsha and Malona, who were waving at us, not caring the situation we're in right now. Rimuru. It's complicated. Tiamat. I still want answers of what is your relationship with that woman. I look at Tiamat crossing both of her arms and tapping her foot, still waiting for me to explain about me and Malona. Rimuru. Look Tiamat, I swear to you I never met this woman before and this is the first time I ever met her. Tiamat. Then explain about the child that looks exactly like you. Rimuru. That. I don't know, how. But I do know that woman knows something and she probably must have had help by someone, making that child that looks like me, ain't I right Malona? A cheeky grin appeared on Malona and she was also giggling. Malona. He. It seems that I have been caught, but I didn't expect it of you finding out that fast. Tiamat. What are you hiding, woman? Tiamat walked up to Malona and was about to grab her until the unexpected happened. Malona hold both of her breast and what she done next shoots breasts milk all over Tiamat's clothes and they were starting to melt, leaving a surprise, and half-naked Tiamat covering herself in embarrassment. This life everyone by surprise and the males of the group immediately cover their eyes while Malona was the laughing. Rimuru, dear God, I forgot that's one of her abilities. What were the writers thinking when they gave her that? Melona, hey. Bet you wasn't expecting that, huh? The look of your face was priceless, must have hurt that dragon pride of yours. Ha ha. This enraged Tiamat at the point her body started glowing as she was about to change into her dragon form, but felt a hand on her shoulder and she turned to face me as I was trying to calm her down. With a wave of my hand her clothes were immediately fixed good as new. Tiamat was about to say something but I pulled her to a kiss just to make her feel better and make her forget what happened to her a minute ago. Seeing this happening, Melona had a look of jealousy all over her and wished she was in Tiamat's place being kissed by Rimuru. Melona, damn, I wish that was me. Maybe I should melt my own clothes and he will give me a kiss, or even better tongue-on-tongue action. Oh, the thought of it makes me feel wet. Melona, Shinsha, Mama, you're scaring me. I pull away from the kiss. A slight blush was shown on Tiamat's face as she was feeling embarrassed, which I find it cute. Rimuru, there, feel better now. Tiamat, why yes I am, but I'm still a bit mad. Meanwhile Maple was still chained up as she feels like everyone forgot that she was still here. She'd puff her cheeks out of anger and she doesn't wanna be stuck like this all day. Maple, this is really getting bored. Looks like there's one way for me to get out of these chains. Bunya. A mighty roar was heard as we turned to be surprised, especially Rin. Maple was eating the chains that used to constricting her now being eaten away. Rin, she's eating my chain. What the hell are those teeth of hers are made of? As soon as the chains were consumed, Maple free syrup for being also chained up and returned back into his small size. Maple, it was very rude of you guys not paying any attention of me. Now all of you are gonna pay big time, starting with you. She pointed at me with a storm face. Maple, since you're my main target I have to kill you first. Deploy. Left arm. Maple materialize a piece of her machine god form, forming a blaster at her left arm. She aiming her blaster towards me and I was unfazed. Maple, prepare to be a blast away. Fired. She fired her shot as the beam was heading towards me and I was about to counter it, but another shot was fired and it countered the one Maple fired. Maple, hey, what gives? Who did that? Who ruined my perfect shot? Ruby, that would be me, little missy. You totally forgot that I was also here as well, did ya? Ruby was holding Crescent Rose in its sniper rifle form and blowing off the smoke of the tip of the rifle, while Megaman crossed her arms having a smile of approval to her now partner. Megaman, excellent shot, partner. Now let us fight this enemy in the name of the Crimson Magic Clan. Ruby, yeah, let's do this. Ooh, this should be fun. Then let's get started. Ruby, Maple, whoa, nice weapon, can I have it? Ruby, no way. I'm not letting you take my precious baby Crescent Rose away from me. Maple, well I guess I just have to take it by force. Ruby, bite me. Rimuru, that would totally be a bad idea. Kumoko, are you going to step in and do something about Maple? Rimuru, nope, let Ruby handle her. If things goes tough for her then I will step in. Ruby, ready or not? Let's begin. Ruby leaped into action while being followed by Megaman. Maple quickly summoned her shield to block the slice and slash receiving from Ruby swinging Crescent Rose around. Ruby noticed something red was glowing behind Maple's shield and it was revealed when Maple moved her shield aside, seen her blaster fully charged. Maple, ha, you're wide open. The blaster was aimed at Ruby and it was about to fire at her, but Ruby did not show fear, she only just smiled. Ruby, don't forget I have someone who's got my back. As on cue, Megaman managed to use her staff hitting the blaster to the side and its fire at a mountain far distance away here as there is nothing left of it. Seen Ruby was about to swing side at Maple but she wouldn't let that happen. Maple, Predator. Shinsha, hey, that's our thing, she stole our skill, papa. Rimuru, actually she didn't. That's a different Predator skill she's using. Shinsha, what do you mean? Rimuru, just look. Two slimy tentacle-like demon creatures emerges from Maple's shadow. Ruby, what the hell are those things, they're so creepy. They begins writhe and whip like a prehensile muscle, trying to take a bite on Ruby but she was quick enough, dodging their every move, not even breaking a sweat. Ruby, these guys are fast and they seem deadly from the looks of it, but thanks to my new form I way faster than before. The two creatures were eventually killed off as Ruby swing her scythe and cutting off their heads off from their lower body. Ruby, that was too easy. Is that the best you got? Maple, HMPH, you got lucky but now it's Syrup's turn. Syrup, Turtle, Maple, don't show them any mercy and do your best, you got that Syrup. Syrup, Turtle, Megaman, so she's using her animal companion to fight for her. Well, two can play this game, come on out Chomusuke. A black cat with a red cross-shaped marking on its forehead and with bat-like wings suddenly appeared and being held in Megaman arms. Chomusuke, meow. There was an intense stare down between the two animals, then both launch at each other as their owners gave them orders to attack. Maple, Syrup use Mother Nature. Megaman, Chomusuke use Scratch. Steven's dad, Steven use Failure. It failed. Steven, what? Steven's dad, fooing useless. Take 2. Out of the ground came large vines that were summoned by Syrup and they were heading towards Chomusuke, who managed to dodge the vines that were coming her way, with her little wings that made her fly faster and got close enough, scratching Syrup face couple times. Chomusuke, meow 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 meow. Syrup, Turtle. Maple, oh no Syrup. Megaman, that's right Chomusuke, keep it up. Keep scratching that turtle and show it who's boss. Not wanted to see her friend hurt. Maple desummoned Syrup out of the battle. Chomusuke flew back to her master's arms while getting her ears pad. Maple was not too happy as she has an angry glare. Maple, you will pay for hurting Syrup. She pointed her blaster at them but immediately she got shot from behind and her blaster was blown into pieces. She was caught off guard and she's not to hurt thanks to her having high defense, she's completely fine. She turned to the person who shot her and it was Mato with her own blaster and having a confident smirk. Mato, consider this as payback for almost killing me with your pet turtle. Now we're even. I feel satisfied now. Maple, you cheater. While Maple was distracted, she then felt getting chained up from the multiple chains wrapping around her body tightly. She was really getting annoyed at this keep on happening to her and she already knew it was Rin who summoned these chains. Maple, you really are getting in my nerves for bringing these chains of yours again. I guess it's time for me to show you all what happens when someone annoys me. Atrocity. This really brought a shock to everyone. Never expected seeing Maple changing into this demon creature form she is in right now. The now Maple in her atrocity form ripping the chains that are constraining her and dashed towards to attack Rin. Kuroka. Rin. Kuroka was worried for the lover but she didn't need to worry for long as Rin changed into his awakened form and raising up his hand then shouted. Rin, come forth Gashadokuro. A giant skeleton with the similar name of the starving skeleton from modern Japanese mythology, Gashadokuro, stands behind Rin. What happened next when Maple got close to Rin? Gashadokuro sent his skeletal fist to deliver a punch to Maple face, knock her out of balance and falling to the ground. Rin, finish her off Ruby before she gets up and start attacking us all. Ruby, got it bro. Alright Megaman, let's wrap this up. Megaman, finally. I've been waiting for this. Now my partner, it is time for us perform the powerful offensive technique. The ultimate magical attack. Explosion. Ruby and Megaman both raise their staff up high and even Ruby raise her crescent rose as well, then they finally began to chant. There should be a GIF or video here. Update the app now to see it. Both Ruby and Megaman fired off their explosions as it rocketed to the sky then struck directly at Maple, causing a large crater where she stood place. I protected everyone in a barrier just to not get them caught in the explosion. After all that was done I dropped the barrier down. Milam, that was amazing Noda. That explosion was so powerful I really wanna try out against my Thundercross technique. Veldora, kuahahaha. It was indeed impressive, I may consider learning how to use that technique for myself. Rimuru, that would totally be a bad idea letting Veldora learn that technique. Seal, you better make sure Veldora doesn't use explosion or it will be the end of us all. Seal, understood master. I will make sure that doesn't happen and keeping an eye on him. Kumoko, so you think that was enough to take down Maple completely? Rimuru, I'm not sure, it's Maple we're talking about here. Something like this will probably not kill her but we have to at least double check if she's alive or not. Ruby reverted back to her base form and was out of breath. She laid herself in the ground as it seems using that explosion worn her off and made her feel exhausted. Ruby, after this I'm gonna be enjoying my jar of cookies with milk. Hovering above Ruby was Megumin while holding Chomusuke in her arms. Megumin, well done partner, you did tremendously using explosion magic. Megumin officially recognize you as a arch-wizard and a member of the Crimson Magic clan, and you shall henceforth be recognized as Ruby the Arch-Crimson Mage Reaper. Ruby, Arch-Crimson Mage Reaper. That sounds like a really cool title. Megumin, this is where we part ways. If you ever need me again, use your ultimate skill to call me and I'll be there to help you whenever you're in trouble. Ruby, got it. See you later Megumin. Megumin turned to us and she was focused on me. Megumin, may the path of explosion be with you. I would also like to say goodbye to you as well Aqua. Rimuru, I'm not Aqua. I may have blue hair but I'm not a useless goddess like her. Just call me Rimuru. Megumin, Rishimo, got it. My apologies for mistaking you as Aqua. Rimuru, for crying out loud, that's not M. She vanished along with Chomusuke till we know it they were gone from our sight. Kumoko, well, that just happened. Rimuru, no kidding. Malona, hey guys, someone is coming out of the crater. To everyone's surprise, the one who came out of the crater was Maple, as she somehow survived. Mato, no way. How the hell did you survive that huge ass explosion? Maple, who can barely stand up, reply with this. Maple, well that's because, I don't want to get hurt, so I'll max out my defense, that's how I survive. Mato, I called bullshit. Maple, no matter, I'm still gonna be complete my mission and so are the others. I raise my eyebrow wondering what she meant. Rimuru, what do you mean by others if I may ask? Maple looked at me and started to laugh. Maple, you really think that I was the only Maple that was sent to kill you? Well, there's actually more of me than one Maple. The rest of that Maples are probably attacking your country right now. I widened my eyes. One Maple was enough, but more Maples will lead to a massive disaster. I would worry for everyone in Tempest and I immediately contact my subordinates, and this is what I got. Eddie, Lord Rimuru, some large demonic creatures show up out of nowhere and they were heading to Tempest. Rimuru, is everyone safe? Are my daughters and their grandmother all right? Eddie, not to worry, they are safe, and luckily Diablo put up a barrier in time around Tempest from those creatures and the Tempest's strongest elites began fighting them, but there is more. Rimuru, more. Eddie, someone with the name Raiden showed up and started attacking the creatures and he was willing to help us. Rimuru, Raiden, no idea who that is, but if he's willing to help us and I'm grateful. I cut the connection and I explained to everyone what Eddie told me. Rimuru, I need all of you to go back to Tempest and help the others. Everyone. Right. Tiamat. I'll check on our daughters and my mother to make sure they're safe. Rimuru. All right, be safe, love. I teleport everyone back on Tempest only except for my sister, Shinsha, Malona. Rimuru. Well, now it's just us. Maple. Yep, now with no more interruptions I would now be completely my mission to kill you. Kumoko. You say that with a cheerful smile, thinking you can kill my brother. I find that unbelievable. Maple. I'll kill him either way, that is my purpose in life the moment I was born. Rimuru. Well, that is a waste of your time of life. But anyways, how about we getting started? I'm Rimuru, tempted the Void Dragon God. Kumoko. And I'm his sister Kumoko, the Spider Goddess. Rimuru Kumoko. And we both change our forms. I was in my slime form and Kumoko sitting on top of me in her spider form. Rimuru. I'm a slime. Kumoko. I'm a spider. Rimuru Kumoko. And you're gonna be our dinner. Ending this chapter with the 3 Useless Goddesses soundtrack.